Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Maryam here. Happy New Year. Happy 2020. I am so excited for this new year. I'm here for it. In today's video, I am reviewing the new Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows. I have all 8 palettes in front of me. Now these are mini palettes that apparently snap together. In today's video, I am gonna be doing some swatches. Duh. I'm gonna be doing a look. Duh. And of course, I'm also gonna be giving you a Team Truth verdict. The first Team Truth video for 2020. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you can see all of my Wednesday and Sundays videos. Who knows? Maybe I'll add a third video in 2020. We'll see. Let's hit it. Fenty Beauty Snap Shadows. Here we come. Well, the facts are simple. Fenty Beauty just came out with 8 new shadow palettes, mini palettes to be exact. And these palettes are kind of cool because first of all, they are numbered 1 through 8. Secondly, they have this nifty little feature that allows you to snap them together in case you want to customize them and perhaps make it a little easier to travel with these. These are $25 each or $45 for 2 shadows, which is a deal available at Sephora right now. Let's go over these colors. Here we have number 1, True Neutrals. Now this to me indeed does look like a very neutral palette, not too warm, not too cool, perfectly in between. It has some mattes and some shimmery shades, so I would say this is a really good everyday palette. Let's swatch it. I'm gonna do 3 colors at a time. Boom. Ooh. Swatch is pretty good. I know these aren't very professional swatches that I typically take my time to do, but I think for the sake of this video, given the fact that there are so many colors, we're just gonna have to go quickly through these swatches. Here we have number 2, Cool Neutrals. Indeed, this is a cool neutral palette with a pop of color, obviously. This is probably something that would pop really nicely on someone who has a warmer skin tone or someone who has blue eyes. Swatches. Wow, really, really impressive. And still so much pigment left on my fingers. Those mattes are swatching nicely. Ooh. Bit chalky this one, but still not bad. Number 3, Deep Neutrals. These are really pretty, very beautiful fall shades, perfect for deeper complexions. Also, I think really great for warmer complexions. So if you're looking for warmer neutrals, this would be the palette. First 3, mighty fine. Next 3. Not as great. What happened to those 3? Now, all these palettes so far have both shimmery and matte shades. The matte shades in palette number 3 weren't as great as the mattes in number 1 and number 2, but let's see how number 4 looks. Number 4, Rose. Now, this Rose palette I've used before and I wore it on Christmas Eve. I'll pop up a look right here for you guys. Boom. I like this palette. I've never swatched it before, but it did perform really, really great. So let's go for the first 3. And let's go for the last 3. Ooh, this last shade here is a different type of shimmery shade. It has just a bit more metallic particles, so it feels a pinch more glittery. And you can definitely see that glitter. Wow, that payoff is looking expensive. This is a great palette. I liked it the first time. I like it the second time. Halfway done, 4 more. Palette number 5 is Peach. This I would say is a very versatile palette for people with a lighter to a medium skin tone, even tan. These are very warm and inviting colors that you could wear every day, any season, and it will pretty much look good on any one of the lighter complexion spectrum. Here goes. First 3 are shimmery shades. Beautiful. Last 3 are matte shades. These are kind of barely there swatches, but I have a feeling that these mattes will perform better than they swatch. The colors are very light. They're almost too light for the skin tone on my arm. 6 is called Smoky, and it looks like the most perfect smoky palette ever. I love the fact that there's a black, there's another glitter shade. There are some very nice, cool, smoke-looking, smoky eyeshadows that actually resemble that fume. I'm gonna give this arm a rest and I'm gonna swatch these on my other arm. Pigment, honey. First 3 are pretty good. Oh God, that glitter. Last 3 are even better. That's pretty impressive. Number 7 is called Cadet, and it's appropriately named so because it has this very cool army green appeal that I am very much drawn to. I like this palette, and it's actually my first time noticing it in good light, and I gotta say, this is probably gonna be a palette that I will be dipping into often, just because I like this whole color story. I like the whole muted green vibe. All right, here we have the first 3. Last 3. And the final one, number 8, is called Pastel Frost. And this is the only palette of the 8 palettes that has all shimmery pastel shades. Swatching the top 3. And the bottom 3. Now this, I think, is a very whimsical palette, very Fenty, very Riri, very fun, playful, summertime, also wintertime, also springtime, not fall, but definitely a colorful, vibrant palette in case you need a little bit of sunshine in your life. Now the cool thing about these palettes is that although there are only 6 shadows in each one, they are indeed meant to be used as a duo. So when you see this number 8 palette that is very frosty and very pastel-y and has absolutely no mattes and no transition shades, no blending shades, think again. Pick up Rosy number 4 and bam, you have a whole entire color story right here. Not into the whimsical shades? No problem. Keep the rosy and pick up the deep neutrals. And bam, you have something very sultry for every day. Not looking for sultry, looking for something a little bit more wearable for work or for school? No problem. Keep the deep neutrals and switch to true neutrals for a true everyday palette. Or you can pick up the peach and keep the true neutrals if you want a lighter tone palettes. Basically, the possibilities are endless, and all you have to do is close these up and snap them together. Easy peasy. I personally think the concept is very cool. It's very innovative. It's something very fresh, and it's something that I personally would get a lot of use out of. I travel a ton, so for me it doesn't make sense to pack these massive palettes. But if I want a specific look, if I'm doing something, let's say for New Year's, something really dark and smoky and vibrant, but I also have some meetings the next day, I can easily pick up these 2 palettes, snap them together, throw them in my travel makeup bag, and voila, there you go. I literally wouldn't need anything else. Off the bat, I would even say that the color stories are very clever. I think they cover a great range and a ton of different preferences, of different tastes, skin tones, etc. Anyone and everyone can get a lot of use out of these. Now the question is, are these shadows actually good quality? That was a very long build up before I actually try these out. Now, let me pull out my Fenty Beauty Eyeshadow Primer that, in my opinion, is the best eyeshadow primer that is currently on the market. This is the one that I use in pretty much every single one of my videos. It primes the lid, prevents from the oils from seeping through, and it also helps these eyeshadows adhere better, last longer, and appear brighter. All right, so now I've already worn the rosy. We know that. Haven't really tried any of the others. I did dab into a couple of shadows from the peach palette number 5, also in my Christmas Eve look. And so today, with my very whimsical hair and my wintry background, I think I want to go for something a little bit more fun, perhaps something a little bit more daring, maybe a little bit more frosty for the new 2020 year. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with this number 2 Cool Neutrals palette. I also forgot to mention that Fenty now has some new brushes, $24 each, so I will be using these as well, along with some of my other brushes. First brush today is gonna be Morphe M514, not a Fenty brush. The first shadow is going to be this grayish mauve matte shadow from number 2 palette. Wow, this first shadow applies really, really, really easily. It's also a very beautiful, unique shade that you don't really see being used too often in makeup tutorials. I feel like we're all about the warm tones now, so much so that the cool tones are sometimes left in the dark. I kind of miss the cooler tones. I quite like the whole darker, cooler, smokier vibes. There's a pinch of fallout with this shadow, not really a big deal. I also forgot to mention that each one of these palettes has a sizable mirror, and because they're so lightweight, you can actually totally get a lot of use out of this mirror. You can hold the palette in your hand while the other hand is doing the work. Next, I'm gonna use this Fenty 220 Precision brush, dip back into the same shadow, and use that to line the outer portion of my lower lash line. I like the brush, very precise and pointed like a true pencil brush. Next, picking up palette number 3 and dipping into this burgundy shade here. I just realized all the shadows have their own individual names. This shade here that I'm picking up is called Shots Fired, and I love the fact that you can see the whole color story on the back of the palette. I am just really here for this innovation. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm getting the sense that Fenty is really thinking about the consumer. They're really thinking about the whole makeup industry in its entirety, and they're really trying to fill the gaps. They're trying to fill the void. They're thinking about what is missing, and they're trying to deliver it to us. I love the fact that they're not sacrificing practicality for cool packaging. So I don't have to remember that number 3 is the Deep Neutrals palette. I can just see it on the back of the palette. That's smart. I like the fact that I don't have to reach for a mirror. I already have a mirror within the palette, and it's lightweight. But if I want more shadows, I can snap it to another one and I have more shadows. Everything is just so brilliantly thought out. I'm drawn to that. As a makeup reviewer, I am someone who's always looking for that angle. What is the brand thinking? How are they trying to make my life and your life easier? Not saying that Fenty is a leader in makeup innovation. They are definitely trying to deliver the goods. Going back to the first brush and just diffusing the edges a bit. Liking this look so far. Still looking very safe, not so whimsical, not so girly, but we're getting there. I think I need a little bit more smoke. Picking up palette number 6, Smoky. And I'm gonna dip into this black just because I really want to test out a black. Whenever there's a black in an eyeshadow palette or in an eyeshadow palette collection, like in this instance, I just gotta try it out. I'm gonna try to darken my outer corner and the outer portion of my top lash line and just wing it out. I like this black. It's similar to that Charlotte Tilbury black that darkens but doesn't muddy up the colors and doesn't dirty up the rest of the eyeshadows. So you can apply it gradually to create a deeper type of black, or you could use it the way that I'm using it right now, just to give a little bit more smoke and a little bit more depth. That is a satisfying black, but it does have some fallout. Man, I so badly want to reach for this pink because I just love this palette so much, but I'm not gonna do it, not just yet. I told myself I was gonna use the whimsical palette, and I'm gonna use the whimsical palette, okay? All for you guys, all for you. I'm gonna pick up a brush. I'm gonna dip into the shimmery lavender just because it's going with the theme. A lot of fallout with that one, but also a lot of pigment. Adding that with my finger instead, and I think that's a better bet. The shadow is kind of interesting. It packs on nicely with the brush, but once you start spreading it, it lifts off, so you see the skin underneath very, very easily. I don't like that. It's not really sticking to my primer, but once I start packing it on with the finger and kind of just pressing it into the skin, it seems to stay put. But still, there's a lot of fallout, and it's really easy to make a mistake. Not a fan of this one, but it's not a deal breaker for me. That looks really pretty, like it's springtime. While we're at it, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this periwinkle, which is just such a gorgeous color. And it puts me in such a good mood. I'm gonna stamp that over the center of the lid. That looks really nice. Into it. For the highlighter, I'm gonna go for this pink here. Very frosty and very girly. Just gonna stamp that to the inner corner. Boom. For my brow bone highlighter, I think I'm gonna need something matte and neutral. So I'm gonna pick up the True Neutral palette and I'm gonna use this matte bone color here. Just gonna clean up underneath the brow. Didn't know I was going for a lavender smoky look, but apparently I am now. Gonna dip back into palette number 2. The shadow is called Wife It Up. Gonna add a pinch more of the shadow in between my brow bone color, and everything that's going on the lid. Just tie everything in together and make it work. Gonna go back with the little bit of black that I have remaining on this pointy brush and just re-emphasize that corner a pinch more. I'm liking what's going on here. And now for the lower lash line, I am thinking I should probably dip into that vibrant purple. Palette number 2, just gently adding that in and beating off that fallout. I'm gonna pick up a bit of this shadow here. This one's called Patty Cakes, love the name. I'm gonna pick some up on that same flat brush, tap off the excess. I'm gonna gently pat that right here in that groove. Better with a finger, but cool. To complete this eye look, the Balm Cosmetics Schwing Liner. Line my top lash line, wing it out, and fill it in. Same thing on the other eye, winged it out, and completing the look. Gonna curl my lashes, just the bottom ones this time. Be careful when doing this. I like curling the lower lashes because I find that it gives them that really nice doll-like separation and curl. See what I'm talking about? Boom. Gonna apply my lashes and my lip gloss, and I'll be back for the final verdict and for the final look. Lashes are on. I'm wearing my favorite Love lashes in the style Bella. Perfect with this look in my opinion. On my lips, I have Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy, not to be confused with the original shade, which I don't have handy, but this one's just a little bit more pink and less neutral. I love it. I feel like the whole look came together. I wasn't really going for a lavender, smoky, purpley look, but I really like the way that it turned out, and I think it works with my background and with my hair and with my cute hair clip over here. There you have it. Now, as far as the Fenty Snap eyeshadows are concerned, I gotta say I am a huge fan of the innovation, and I feel like these are the types of shadows that I personally will get a lot of use out of. Because I travel a lot, I kind of have to always be on the go, and I have to think smartly about what I pack. So for me to combine two colors, perhaps a colorful shadow and a neutral shadow, is something that makes a lot of sense and that I will get a lot of use out of. The quality of the shadow speaks for itself. Yes, some of the colors swatch and perform a little bit better than others, but overall, I think this is a great product and another hit from Fenty Beauty. Super duper excited for these. I can't wait to use them all up. I want to travel with them. I want to create looks with them. Let me know what you guys want to see next. What do you think of this look? Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 and sound off below. I love you guys. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And of course, head over here to check out some of my other videos that I've put here for you. I love you guys. See you in the next one. Mwah.